Alright guys, today we're doing a new and improved tier list for Omega Strikers because a lot has changed since beta. A lot of bad characters are good and a lot of good characters are bad. And a lot of new characters are out. This tier list has equipment and all the other stuff too. Trainings, awakenings as they're called now. As well as what looks like some maps, but I don't know if these are all the maps because it might be. Either way, shout out to this, whoever made this, bless your soul. I get to use this to make this video, so let's start off with who I think the best character in this game is, and it's just Kai. It's Kai for a number of reasons. It's Kai because he can play both forward and goalie. It's Kai because he has a move speed buff, move speed very critical. His selling point is obviously his machine gun fire. It just takes priority over almost everything in the game. Very hard to defend against, very easy to block with as goalie. His ult was changed to be an explosive now, which gives it more killing power. Makes it a little bit more useful. Its range is crazy. And it's a good get off me option. So obviously, I don't know if Kai is the best character, but he's damn near the best character. He's been the best character since beta, and it doesn't seem like it'll be changing anytime soon. And now this is gonna be a spicy pick. All right, I'm saying it right here. Juno is at least number 2. The reason I think Juno is number 2 is because she just has so many fucking tools. The fact that you can control the slimes really makes her the best, one of the best characters. If it was just the slimes passed to each other and shot at the goal, this character would be dog shit. But the fact that you can control the slimes, do crazy angles, you have a dash with invincibility, you have one of the single greatest projectiles in the game. It rivals Kai's in terms of priority because it's a two-parter projectile, just like all the slimes are. And there's a little delay on it. I don't think it beats Kai's projectile still, but it beats everything else, I think. The slimes can be super scaled with monumentalists, durable things, creator of large things, all that shit. They're super good. There's not much that needs to be said. If you played against a good Juno, you probably had your hair ripped out, and if you don't play against Juno, then you're like, why is Juno on this list? Wait until you get the plat, and then you tell me again when Juno is good. Okay, and now we're gonna go on to the next characters. I think there's only gonna be 2 more in S tier. I don't want S tier to be too crowded, so we'll just add Luna. Luna is obvious S tier pick for a couple of reasons. One, she's really annoying in terms of kill power. She does have a few flaws, one of which is her size, because she's very fucking small. However, she has a global dash, pretty much, and if she's watching goalie with the eject button, good luck catching her. Her missile is no longer global, thank God for that, but it's still pretty annoying and pretty strong. And top it off with a tactical nuke from MW2, and you got one of the best killers in the game that can just be like, yeah, I know you want to be near me, but I'm just going to drop a nuke on your ass. Luna is really good. She does get hard countered by X. And Juliet, who is another S tier. But that's pretty much it. Juliet's is S tier because she can kill you without your stagger being broken, and that's unfucking fortunate for you, isn't it? Juliet's dash into punch off the side moves you fucking insane, especially if you're on certain, what is it called? I'm trying to think of that. This map. If you're on this map, if you are anywhere near that line, she can kill you from it, to just show you how far away it pushes you. It's really strong, and on top of her ult, which is, it slows you, it pretty much always guarantees the last hit on the ball. Her scoring, just with the dash punch alone, it either scares away the goalie gets killed, or it still goes in. The same logic applies to if you're trying to get past her, she will just fucking kill you, if you're not careful. She's probably the best killer in the entire game. And moving right along into A tier, we're going to have the second best killer in the game, which is Dracar. I think Dracar is a solid A tier pick. I think I want to put Dracar in S tier, right? I really do, but he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy, pal, trust me. Dracar is super strong, though. His napalm, super good, super fast, super strong. Definitely his shotgun is a selling point. His invis is actually clutch as fuck. But definitely the shotgun priority blast to secure goals, to kill people, knock them off the side. He builds up damage crazy fast. He's pretty hard to pin down, especially when he's good with his invis. And I've seen a number of Drakkar goalies. I don't want to talk about Drakkar goalie. I think Drakkar goalie is B tier. But I do think that I've seen good Drakkar goalies prove me wrong and make me want to put him in A tier. So, Drakkar, you're not getting S tier. I'm sorry. If you get buffed, I might put you in S tier. But until then, you are just the high A tier standard. So everyone else has to be better or worse or as good as Drakkar. Now, who's as good as or better than Drakkar? Well, it's Amy. Amy... I debated about whether to put Amy in S tier, but now that Core Flip's introduced, her ult isn't nearly as oppressive. Her ult is still broken. It cuts the map in half for like 7 seconds. If she funnels it into a corner, it's pretty much a guaranteed goal, especially if your teammates know to kick into it. Her dash is actually really strong. It's a heavy hit, which means the goalies have to be careful, especially around it. And her projectile is very interesting. I think it's good, but I think it's good only if you're good with it. If you're bad with it, you don't know how to use it at all, then it's like a mid-tier. Like, it's hard to use, but when you know how to use it well, I think it's really good. It's like a Nivea Q, but it expands from League. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. It's really funny. I've seen a few Amy goalies use it to own goal on themselves, which is hilarious, especially on my team. So if you play your goalie, you will get reported. So don't play your goalie, okay? Moving right along into A tier, we're going to put Rune. Rune in A tier. Reason Rune is in A tier is because, well, if you have a Jack Button with him as goalie, then he's good. If you have Twin Drive with him, he's good. If you have Monumentalist, if you have Castellas, if you have any of those trainings, he's really good. But if you don't, he's not that good. He's still good as a character. He's got crazy mobility. He's got the wall, and he's got the banish, right? And you also got the insta-kill cheese combo with the banish into wall into Q, which is super funny and people get really mad. He's also got the teabag emote, which is already a reference, so let's, Rune's got it all, but I think I don't like the new changes. I like old Rune when he had 2 charges at the start, and his Q wasn't a wall, but I still like Rune as a character. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to put too many in A tier, so we'll only put... I'll put 3 more. 3 more. So Zentaro is A tier. I think Zentaro is A tier because he's got a lot of damage. His dash is good. Slash blink or whatever. His slashes are mediocre. They don't have much range, but at least it's like something. It's like a Drakkar shotgun or whatever. His ult is a selling point, I think. But his range, his entire kit flows well with the other. I think he's a solid character. I've seen people do well with him. He's honestly pretty good, and he's also Tanjiro's voice actor in a sub. My buddy would kill me if I mentioned him, and I didn't mention that. Next, we're going to have Vice in A tier. Vice is super strong. The fact that her Q stops the ball and she can blink to it really is really important because it means that she can stall for her teammates and she can ensure the last hit of it. Her ult is the new ult from League. It's a giant fuck off me nuke. When she's channeling it, she cannot be knocked back. You should just elusive it every single time you can. And you should try to fuck with the angle just a little bit if you're trying to use it if she's on the enemy team. Because that might fuck her up, the timing. Her beam is super fast. It hits multiple people with like a lightning streak. It's a heavy impact for some reason, so it sends the ball super fast. And she's honestly pretty good. I think she overshadows the other new character, Octavia. And who else do we want to put in A tier? I was thinking about these two being in A tier, but I don't want A tier to get too crowded, right? Man, you know what? We'll bump Bruin down to B tier. And Zentaro can be like low A. Because I want Estelle A tier, because Estelle is really good as a goalie. And I want man, Everyone's just gonna be an A tier, bro. This is not a tier list. Well, let's get rid of the other ones. Estelle, Blink covers the goal with the projectile. Coverage is insane. The stun laser is really crazy. Her abilities are all used for covering the goal. She's one of the best ball securers in the game. I'm gonna put Rasmus in D tier just ahead of time. Atlas got buffed. I put him in the can't tier list in like F tier and shouldn't have been released, but he actually got buffed, especially with the locks and stuff and core flip. He's not F tier anymore. He's like B tier. Sad to say. His ultimate is still useless and he still doesn't have a dash. Actually, no, he's C tier. He's C tier even though he's really good on this map. This map. With the corner because you just put to the wall and you can't get the last lock. But other than that, also Rasmus's only good map is Amy's with the hole because he can just pull you in it. Other than that, he's pretty useless. Arrow's B tier or A tier. I'm gonna give her B plus tier. X is C tier. Octavia is B tier. Dubu is B tier, and Asher is B tier. Now go. That was kind of rapid fire, but I just want to get rid of this list because I like how this looks now. Arrow's B tier. I think she could have an argument for A tier. You could put her in A tier, and I probably would have if the list wasn't as big as it was. But she's probably the biggest character to be in here because I think the fact that she gives move speed to everyone, can slow you, can slow the enemy, make them smaller, make you bigger, has one of the goodest, one of the best ultimates in the game in terms of that tornado, and she's super hard to get around, and she makes the ball small to snipe in the corners. She's really good. Octavia, I don't know why I put no. You know what? No. We're not putting fucking Era in the same league as Octavia. It's not happening. And Octavia is definitely the worst out of these guys. Asher, they nerfed Asher. She doesn't have as much kill power, but she's still good in terms of goalie and in terms of multi-hits and securing the ball. Her ultimate's still good. It's the giant wall. Her dash is slow, but it's still useful. And the cone is really, really good. Not much needs to be said about that. Dubu, everyone knows Dubu. Everyone thinks Dubu is the best character in the game. He's okay. In terms of design, he's the best character in the game. I mean, look at that face. He's a fat boy, which is very crucial because it means you can just strike twice around the ball. It means you can spam your left clicks more. His long is good. His ultimate is very good, the wall. His slam is good, but it's only good for when you're panicking. If you ever have to use it, you probably fucked up before, and you could have rectified it, but you didn't. But it's good to have that just in case. He's also one of the funniest forwards in the game, believe it or not. If it was Dubu forward, I would put him in A tier because he just kills you off the side with his fucking flip and ult. It's really funny. But he's not. He's Dubu goalie because everyone plays him goalie. Dubu forward, I think, is better than Dubu goalie, believe it or not. Octavia has potential. I think she's good. I like that her speed boost stays on hit no matter what you hit. Her ultimate is really funny. You just turn that on and you run people off the stage with it. The problem with her is her projectile is really dog shit. It has like a 3/4 second delay, and it comes out slow. Atlas I already mentioned before, but his ultimate's useless pretty much half the time. His wall is really good. His shield is pretty small. He really only has one good ability, and he doesn't even have a dash or a move speed. He's the only character in the game without one of those, and that really holds him back. X is just bully ball. He's not that good if you know how to work around him, but in noobs and pubs, he's really strong. He's definitely not better than Dracar and Juliet, but he's definitely the most annoying character in the game. And Rasmus only has one good map. It's Amy's. His ult is funny. His ult is kind of annoying. His Q, the move speed doesn't last that long. The slash is pretty much useless, and the heavy hit could be better if the strong hit was bigger, but it's just not. Overall, Rasmus is just kind of, like, he just feels weak. And that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys would change. Let me know if you have any concerns or comments for me. But overall, I'd say this list is pretty good. I wouldn't think I'd change anything else about it. Maybe Atlas would be in D tier because he got buffed recently, but I think he's fine the way it is. And that's that.